Hi guys, welcome to the Forever an Athlete program. This is going to be a frequently asked question and detailed information video, just going through some of the basics of the program, the onboarding process, and just any simple questions that hopefully this video will be able to answer for you first. And if it doesn't answer your question, you can always reach out to me directly via email or my phone number if you have that. So to kind of dive in, who is the Forever an Athlete program for and what is it? So the Forever an Athlete program is a strength and conditioning program online via the True Coach training app, which we'll dive into a little bit later. It is really meant for people that have some weightlifting experience. So if you are a complete newbie, have never done any type of strength training before, this program is going to be too advanced for you. And I am working on some other resources for new beginners into the weight training world. One of the things I have put out is the Strength for Life program. It's a PDF program that's on my products page. And it's just basic body weight, mainly training, just kind of introducing you to what resistance training is. It can be done with weight. It doesn't have to be done with weight. So if you are a complete newbie, that is kind of where I'm going to direct you to go to start. If you are someone that has barbell experience, if you've trained in a high school level or collegiate level as an athlete, this program is for you. I really made it to be a program that kind of re-encompasses all these different facets of training that we do when we're an athlete, you know, training strength, training power, hypertrophy. And so really this program is just going to dive into a lot of those training concepts. And that's why it's made for people that have more experience in strength training. So how long is the program? The program is set up to be a whole year worth of programming. And so it's a monthly subscription-based program, or you can pay an upfront fee or the upfront price and get the whole 12 months right at once. So it's really up to you how you want to structure it. If you pay per month, that price is going to be $25 per month. And whichever day you pay on, so like let's say you purchase it on June 15th, that will be your day that it automatically comes out of your account, that subscription, every single month. And so your month phase will start from June 15th. 4 weeks later, that's when your next phase will start. So it's really flexible. You don't have to start at the beginning of a month. It's just going to auto renew on that same day. Or like I said, you can pay $275 and get all 12 months of training up front at once. And so it's really up to you, whatever works best for you financially. I've tried to make this an affordable option, especially since it's meant for the gym. And so if you're already paying for a gym membership somewhere, or maybe you're lucky and have a full garage gym with barbells and dumbbells and kettlebells and bands, then that can be an option for you as well. But I tried to make this as affordable as I could to cover the cost of my time, but also deliver a very valuable program to all of you. So that's kind of the setup of the program. How many days per week is the program? So I have set this up on a 4-day training split. And so what that means, on Monday, that is a lower body push and an upper body pull day. And it's actually a horizontal row day. So think about it this way, like Mondays, or your day 1 and your day 3, are always going to be a lower body push and an upper body pull. And then your day 2 and your day 4 are always going to be a lower body pull and an upper body push. Now I structured it this way so that you are getting a total body workout every day of training. I have it structured right now where Wednesdays are a day off. They're actually an optional recovery day where I've put in lots of mobility work, some stretching. You can do light cardio as you kind of see fit. It's kind of not necessarily like a yoga flow, but it's like a mobility flow is what I like to call it. And so it's just a nice recovery day to give your muscles some attention, take a beat in between the 2 training days and go for it that way. So that's the training split, kind of what it looks like throughout the program. What is the style of training? So like I said, this is for people that have some sort of experience with strength training. It's really best if you've worked with a barbell before and have done some barbell training, just because after the first month, you start integrating the trap bar and the barbell into different movements. So, but the training style is really just based on what cycle you're in. So what I've done is the first month is all about hypertrophy. And really the first month of sign up, you're doing a lot of dumbbell, kettlebell, band, cable work, meant to really focus on your movement quality and building a solid foundation. So for a lot of us that haven't been in a gym in a long time due to all the COVID-19 restrictions, this is a great way to kind of reintegrate this much training volume back into your training plan. And so that first month, a lot of dumbbell, kettlebell work. The second month, we start slowly integrating some barbell movements. This is when you go into more of a strength-focused phase. And then the third month, we have more barbell movement, and we're actually focusing on power. So these three components of training, hypertrophy, strength, and power, rotate throughout the entire training year. And so when you finish with power, you have a testing week. So every 12 weeks, there's a testing week, which I'll get to in just a second. But those three phases will rotate throughout the whole year. So you finish power, you'll start a new hypertrophy plan with different movements. I've really tried to structure the program so that the movements build on top of each other. And so you're gonna learn the squat form first with a goblet squat, a dumbbell or kettlebell front squat, and then progress to the barbell front squat, so on and so on throughout the year. We're adding in different movements and working on different movement qualities. And so it's really comprehensive, it's very progressive, and it's meant to always apply this progressive overload training effect, which means we're always challenging our body in new ways, whether it's sets and reps, different movements and variations, and volume in total. So that's just something to think about, that this program really is truly comprehensive, and there's no really holes to fill unless you're wanting to do cardiovascular exercise, because I did not program any running because I hate running. But you are more than welcome to run however many days per week that you see fit. It depends on your own training goals. So kind of with that, for my other strength coaches out there, or for someone that's familiar with any of these methods from a collegiate program, I do integrate some 5-3-1 programming by Jim Wendler. I get into some APRE programming, which has been mainly made popular by Dr. Brian Mann. And then I get into some contrast and complex training in some of the later power phases of the year, because those are extremely complex training systems, and I try to prepare you for that level of training throughout the whole year. So just some different variations of programming there. And then last thing with the style of training is going over those test weeks. And so there isn't a test week at the very start, because my assumption is that many people that will be starting this program haven't done something this comprehensive. It's not to say that they absolutely haven't, and you're more than welcome to still join if you have been training consistently. But I really wanted to lay a solid foundation of movement quality before doing our first test week. So after the first 3 months, the first 12 weeks, there's a test week. We go through the barbell front squat, trap bar deadlift, there's a pull-up test, a strict press test, and then the bench press. So just some very basic strength movements. And during those testing weeks, I've actually provided some coaching resources on the True Coach training app, which again, I'll kind of dive into here in a second. But basically these coaching resources, I outline how exactly to test, how to progress during your test. I really like to use 3RM and 5RM testing models, which means instead of seeing the max amount of weight you can lift for 1 rep, you're gonna see the max amount of weight you can lift for 5 reps or for 3 reps. And so depending on if you have a training partner, someone that you train with, or you have a spotter, I feel that these are safer testing methods and can still give us a very accurate indication of what your 1RM would be, and allow us to get a good training percentage for these barbell movements throughout the program. So every 12 weeks, there's a test week. So basically on the power phase, instead of it being 4 weeks, it's always a 5-week block, because that last week is a testing week. So that way we're always consistently testing our measures, seeing how much stronger we're getting, and we can update our training percentages so that we continually to progressively overload our body. So that's how the testing weeks work. Let me see here, made a list. Okay, I want to kind of get into the True Coach thing before I start with the onboarding process, just so you truly know like what a great resource this is and how effective it can be for personal training online. So the True Coach Training app is a free app, so you do not have to pay any sort of cost associated with the app. It's free to download on the App Store. It works with iPhone and Android phones. And really that is what I've outlined all the programming through. So in the app, you will see a calendar, and that calendar will have those 5 training days that I talked about earlier in this discussion. And it's gonna outline every single exercise, the sets and reps. I have some coaching cues in there for certain movements, like on your squat, like, hey, make sure you come down, pause, and then explode back up, just for an example. The coaching cues differ very based on whatever phase that you're in. But so that's all outlined for you there. And all the exercises are demonstrated in the app. So there is a YouTube video that is linked right there in the app. All you have to do is push play and boom, you can see what that movement's supposed to look like and what's expected of you for the movement. A lot of them are myself demonstrating. There are some that I'm still building up my own video library, so I've outsourced to other people on YouTube. But no matter what, it is the exact movement you're supposed to do. So that's really cool because you actually don't have to like exit out of the app, look something up on Google, and then go back to what your workout is. So with that, on the calendar, you can see all of your workouts for the week. There's also the ability to leave me comments, and I can comment to you. So there is a level of accountability that goes into the True Coach app because I can see when you complete a workout or when you don't complete a workout, which isn't to say that I'm ever gonna be like on your case if you're like missed a few workouts, but it just adds that accountability factor and helps keep you consistent with your training. Because if you're doing this program, I know you're trying to improve something, whether it's your strength, your power, you're just trying to improve your overall fitness. I want to make sure I help keep you accountable and to stay consistent with your programming. So through that, I can comment on different things. I can see what weight you're using if you choose to comment that on each exercise. If you want to record it on your own, that's completely fine. But it just allows me to kind of have this personal connection with you via the app. Also with the app, there is going to be a metrics tab and a documents tab, which I have screen recordings of all of this in the app so that you can see exactly where you need to go to access these things. So on the documents section, you go to your account page, you click the documents, and that's where you get to access any coaching resources that I make available. And so at this point, there is the National Strength and Conditioning Association's training load chart. So if you're trying to figure out what 93% of your 1 rep max is, if that's what I have programmed for the day, rather than doing the math, obviously it's pretty simple math, but if let's say you don't have a calculator handy, or you just want to see maybe even an estimate of what your 3RM or 5RM or your 1RM is, because you can use that on your testing days, I have this whole training load chart that the NSCA put out, and really it's just a grid format. So you go to what weight you're at, what percentage that is, and it gives you that exact weight at the 2 caddy corners for what your training rep max should be for that day. Other coaching resources I have in there is all the testing information, like I mentioned. So I have made a testing protocol document. It's just a PDF. You can click it and view it right there in the app, so you don't have to exit out of the app to look at it. But it takes you through, walks you through step by step of how to do all of your tests. So the 3RM and 5RM protocols will work for any test: front squat, bench press, strict press. Doesn't matter the barbell movement. The only thing would be the pull-up test. That's just a reps to see how many max reps you can get. But everything else, it literally walks you step by step how exactly you're supposed to do this test, how you increase your weight throughout the test so that you can really maximize what your total strength is and get a really good estimate of what your 1RM is. And in that document, there's also equations for how to figure out what your 1RM would be based on the reps that you got in your test. So I'm also always releasing new coaching resources. I'm hoping to add like a nutrition training guide, various other things that I have kind of stockpiled ideas here. And so I'll make those available in the app whenever they're completed. So awesome that you have access to those things for free when you sign up for the programming. Okay, now to kind of dive into, all right, Alex, I'm sold. I'm ready to do this. How does this work? So the onboarding process looks like this. you will go to my website, abpperformance.com, and that will pull up my website. You will go to the programs tab and go down to monthly memberships. And once you view the monthly memberships, that's going to pull up my 2 monthly membership options, which is the one-on-one personal training, and then you'll see the Forever an Athlete listed on the right, on your right side. So the online programming is a lot like Forever an Athlete. It's just tailored training exactly to what your goals are. And then the Forever an Athlete program is right next to it. And so all you'll have to do is click the sign up button. That will take you to my sales landing page where you'll enter in your credit card, debit card information. I'll get your email via that form and your first and last name. And this will send me a notification after you have purchased this monthly subscription. Or if you choose to pay up front, I'll get into that in just a second, how we'll work with that. So sign up that way through the website. I will receive a notification that you have signed up, and I will have your email address and your first and last name. From there, I will use your first and last name and your email to create an account on my TrueCoach app. And so within 24 hours to 48 hours of me receiving that email, depending on when you sign up. If you sign up on a Friday, sometimes I won't see that until Monday, just because my weekends are very busy. But anyways, so you will get another email after purchase that contains your login account information for the TrueCoach app. It'll have a link to go download the app, or you can search it in the App Store. It's just the TrueCoach training app. It's a little purple icon that's got a C on it. You'll download that, you'll use your email, temporary password, and go through the whole setup process like most apps if you've ever signed up for anything ever. And that will be it. And so once I get all that information from you, and once you're logged in and paid, I will upload that program right to your phone, and you will have it within 24 to 48 hours of signing up. So it's as simple as that. If you choose to pay the upfront fee, the $275, I'm trying to get it to where you can do this directly through my website. But if that is not able to work, just due to the limitations of what website generator I use, all you have to do is just submit something on my contact page, first and last name, email address, and just say that you'd like to purchase the whole 12-month package as a whole for $275. I will receive that message, same as if you purchased it on the actual website landing page. Once I receive that, I will use your email and your first and last name to create an account on TrueCoach, and I will send you an invoice from my website directly to you, where you can pay with a credit, debit card, whatever, for that full $275 amount. So again, flexible training option or payment options depending on what you can afford for now, or if you want to try it for a few months and see how it goes, that is always an option. That kind of leads into refunds and how to cancel. So you can cancel at any time if you're doing the monthly payment options. You just need to cancel before the next billing period. Since this is an automatic renewal subscription-based system, if you sign up on June 15th, you just need to let me know that you're wanting to cancel before July 15th, because that's when those 4 weeks would be up, and that's when your next bill would be due. After you've purchased this program, because it's a digital content, so technically if you wanted, you could literally copy and paste everything that I have programmed for you in the TrueCoach app and then decide to cancel. I hope you don't do that because it really takes away from the whole coaching effect of this platform. But because it is digital content and it's easy to copy, I do not provide any refunds after purchase. So if you decide to purchase the whole 12-month package up front, which would give you access to all 12 months at once, I will not be accepting any refunds. And this will be outlined in the client contract that you'll be sent as well upon purchase of this program. So that's how the cancellation works. Just make sure you cancel before the next billing period. You can send me an email, which you'll have access to via the TrueCoach app. You can leave me a message there. You can use the contact form on my website. You can even send me a text if you have my phone number. It's really up to you. Just let me know before that next billing period. And then, like I said, no refunds will be issued after purchase. And I think that takes care of all the payment stuff. Obviously, if you guys have any questions, feel free to reach out to me via the contact page. or via email. My email is phillipsperformanceandfitness@gmail.com. And so you can always send an email there and let me know what you need. So I hope that this video answered some questions, dives a little deeper into what the Forever an Athlete program is about. I know it was kind of long, so I'm also going to be posting just a graphic of these questions and simple answers so that if you just have a short question, you need a short answer, you'll have access to that as well on the frequently asked questions document. So can't wait to start training with you guys. And like I said, if you ever need anything, don't hesitate to reach out.